Welcome, wonderful Scorpio. This is your annual 2023 Astro/Tarot reading. We are starting off with the general overview of the whole year 2023. So we are going to go over some long-term transits over your houses and also clarify these cards that are pre-shuffled for you. After that, we're going to tune into month-by-month prognosis, and we're going to pull some more cards for that. Now, before we get started, let's take a minute to get grounded. So please take a deep breath and relax your body. Now imagine yourself in a big bubble of white light. Allow yourself to feel it transmuting all the negative energy into positive. Please take a deep breath and relax your body. Now imagine having big roots like a tree. Let your roots grow as deep as they can into earth. Allow yourself to feel as one with Mother Earth. Please take a deep breath and relax your body. Now feel the connection with your higher self, your angels and archangels. Allow them to help you every step of the way and set the intention now to have a beautiful year. Thank you, wonderful Scorpio. Let's dive right in. We're starting the reading with the 10 of Cups energy, which is one of the most beautiful cards you could get for like overview of 2023. This is the happy card. This is the wish fulfillment card. I mean, it's better than a wish fulfillment. It's actually materializing that in 3D reality and having it all. It's not just there somewhere on the horizon. You actually are harvesting this energy. We also have the energy of conjunction, the alliance here, energy of Sagittarius, and energy of Taurus with the message to release control. So there is some important partnership coming up for you in 2023. This could be related to work, or it could be related to on one-on-one relationships, meaning your significant other. So if you are single, this is the year where you can probably meet your significant other. And if you are dating for a long time, it might be the time to actually tie the knot with this person here with the conjunction and the alliance here. The Sagittarius ruling planet is Jupiter, and it's going to move into your seventh house of one-on-one relationships. That's going to be happening on the 16th of May. And before that, it's going to transit one more time all over your sixth house in this year. And this is a great opportunity for you to actually invest in your body, to feel better within your skin, to actually resolve any kind of long-term issues if you had with health or back problems or anything chronic like that. Jupiter can really provide you the healing and the help that you need to actually move on into a better direction for your life, health-wise, of course. And also, North Node will be going over there into your sixth house. So that's also some new technology that can help you heal if you have any issues. That will be, you can also look into Sapien Medicine channel if you have any health issues. This is kind of the North Node vibe. You know, North Node is all about the new. It's kind of like Uranus, but a bit more maybe even a bit more innovative and expansive. So North Node is all about testing the new theories, inventing the new, as well as Uranus. So the energy is kind of similar. So you could test some new ways of healing. I do recommend frequency healing. There are sacred frequencies that can help you really to restore your body health, to actually feel better. I know I have been using that myself for years. So you have like general frequencies that you can listen to. There's like painkiller frequencies, that's 174 hertz. So you can type in that YouTube. You have millions of videos. And you also have frequencies and videos for actually direct help for specific problems. That's why I like Sapien Medicine channel, because they really have those specific, you know, if you have spine related thing, they have a video for spine, realigning the spine, etc. Okay, so that's an information that I downloaded for some of you that you need to know. But all of these cards are kind of focusing on the seventh house here, and with the Taurus naturally ruling the second house in astrology, and your second house is Sagittarius, this is, you know, financial year. Okay, this is the year where you actually are focusing on finances, and you are probably stepping into alliance with somebody to actually move your project further. If you have your own business, this is great news. Jupiter moving into your 7th house will provide you with the person who will really be beneficial for you. So if you're thinking about expanding your business and aligning with other people, you know, like these birds, they're going together somewhere, you know, they're going somewhere better, where they can prosper somewhere. For some of you, this could be moving as well. You could decide to move with your whole family and start anew somewhere else. You know, it's just important that you kind of release control, release the grip of this thing, that you have to have it all sorted out before you make the next move in life. And this could be also a message for those of you who want to get married but are waiting for the finances to clear out, or to have more money, or to have their own house. This is an invitation for you to really step forward into your future and believe that things will get resolved on the way. Because Jupiter, when he moves into your 7th house, and that's from May, that's really beneficial time to get married, you know, because the time when you get married is also very important. Like, what are the transits that are happening on that day when you get married? It's a new contract that you sign, and kind of those transits are gonna transpire in your relationship. So it is very good to get married while Jupiter is in your 7th house. If that's the case for you now, that you have an opportunity. Or maybe you can just reinvent your vows and do another do another ceremony for you to kind of infuse this Jupiter energy into your 7th house, which is one-on-one relationships and contracts. Because Jupiter is quite beneficial, it's expansive, and also can provide you with wealth, new opportunities, you know, guidance, pretty much everything that you need in order to feel happy. You know, Jupiter is a happy planet, the one that makes this 10 of Cups card, you know, having everything you want and feeling fulfilled inside. Some of you will have to release control to something related to 2nd house, and also, yeah, also with 7th house with your partnership. So if there is an opportunity to sign a new contract, which there will be in the year 2023, it's important for you to kind of release control. You know, you don't feel like you have to actually, you know, have everything your way. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect for you to actually benefit from this alliance that is coming your way in 2023. This is going to be very important, I must say. It will change your life probably completely. Some of you might decide to move as well. You know, Pluto is moving from your 3rd house to the 4th house, and Saturn is moving out of your 4th house, where it has been for about 2 years. So a lot of Scorpios rising have been experiencing some kind of, you know, setbacks in their home life, whether that be they moved away from their family and it's been hard to, you know, to feel good again, and maybe it was hard to start their own life. Or if you moved in with your partner, it might have been difficult adjusting to each other. Or it might have been something external, you know, maybe something with your family members. But that's all kind of getting resolved now. In 2023, Saturn is going to move into your 5th house. And when it moves into your 5th house, you also have opportunity to meet somebody who will stick with you in the long run. If you are single and looking for long-term commitment, Saturn being there, that's beneficial, but it's also very restrictive. You know, Saturn can bring you a partner that is quite older, minimum like 7 years gap, or you might be the older and the more mature one, but there is some kind of age gap with Saturn. Normally it's about 7 years. And, you know, that's how long it takes for him to make like a square or an opposition to itself. And that's not a bad thing. You know, if you're looking for something long-term, Saturn can bless you with that. However, if you were the person who was kind of hooking up randomly, then this transit will not sit with you well. It will actually give you kind of reality check, you know, with Saturn transiting the 5th house. It is quite a reality check, and making sure that you are doing what really makes long-term plans important rather than the instant gratification. That's what Saturn is all about, doing the hard work. So just keep that in mind. You know, Saturn will move there from March. So from March onwards, for those of you who are also having their own creative project, you will be able to put in the hard work. You will be able to put in the hours. Now, I should tell you, the rewards, the results, they will not come instantly. With Saturn in the 5th house, they just won't. You actually have to put in a bit more sweat, a bit more work, but in the end, it will be worthwhile. Saturn does take about 2.5 years for it to move, to, you know, through the whole house. And while it does so, you really do have opportunity to grow, to immensely grow within your creative projects. Also, for some of you, you might be getting children. This is, you know, another commitment to the 5th house activities. One of them is children as well. So that's something to keep in mind. And is there anything else that's important here? I think I pretty much mentioned everything that these cards were relating to here in the Wheel of Astrology. And it's been about 10 minutes, so that's fine. Let's move on to January. We're gonna keep this up there because this is like the overall energy for the whole year, to keep us, you know, remembering what we were talking about. All right, guys. Let's move on to January 2023. By the way, you do have January monthly readings uploaded. If you're watching this in January, you can check those out as well for more details. But we're gonna do now like an overall energy for you for January. That's far too many cards, but I see the Sun card here, which is the most happy card. So I feel you're going to be happy. You're going to be feeling happy in January. Okay. So we're going to take them all. And I'm also going to pull out the advice for you for January. Let's see what is the advice for Scorpios in January. Thank you. So the advice for you is to cool your emotions and let your fears dissolve. For Tarot, we have the Hermit, the 10 of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so there is something that some of you are ready to let go of, and some of you are kind of on the verge. With here, let your fears dissolve and cool your emotions. I feel for some of you, there is something that you need to kind of let go of in order for you to create some kind of new, stable beginning. And a passionate one at that. So it's up to you really what you're gonna do. It is your life, but if anything is starting to feel like a big burden that you don't want to carry forward, that you don't think that no longer makes you happy, it is really time to let go of whatever it is. For some of you, it could be literally fears of actually getting what you want, fears of actually being happy, fears of success. Those things exist actually, you know. And if you have issues with any of those, there is Reiki that can help you. Like you can type into YouTube like Reiki for success, and or even like for dissolving fear of success. With the Hermit here, I feel like you're starting the new year, the January, a bit in a alone mode here, and kind of contemplating about the last year and the years that has led you to this, and contemplating about the burden that you need to let go of. And it would be nice if you let it go already in January, because there is opportunity here for new growth. And where is the new moon happening here? In Aquarius, 1 degree. That could be in the 4th house. Yeah, for some of you, you could be moving already in January. All right, maybe that's what this card is about. You know, she's moving here with a lot of things forward. But this card also represents baggage, emotional baggage to me. And you would feel much more happier if you actually allowed yourself to remove some of that baggage. You can actually do that by removing some trapped emotions. I think you need to remove some trapped emotions of fear and of anger as well. Okay, so these two emotions, they seem quite prominent here in the month of January, and something to be dealt with in order that you can have this new stable beginning in your life, in whatever area you're trying to manifest it now. Okay, so how can you remove trapped emotions? Well, since you're a Scorpio, you probably want to do that yourself. You know, I know you're very, you know, well, okay, we're not going to discuss your sun sign now, but you know how you are, and that you prefer to do, you know, things your own way, and that you don't like to overshare some deep things like fears, and you know, unless you're really, really bonded with another person, but that's a whole other story now. So it is important. You can actually learn this, how to remove this trapped emotion. The point is to actually feel it. You know, anytime you feel angry and you feel fear, it's important to actually process that emotions so that you don't trap it within your emotional body, within your aura. Because if you trap it, if you do not allow it to completely kind of dissolve, it stays within you, and then it creates this kind of whirlpool of energy that kind of keeps on attracting the same things that you didn't process, you know, in order that you process it. That's how the game works, really. So it is important, especially for you, Scorpio, since you are a fixed sign as well. You're not just a water sign, you're a fixed sign. So for you, it's much harder to let some things go than for other signs like air signs, etc. But for you, it is quite important that you work through your emotions, because they are such a big part of your life. And it is important for you to actually keep your like aura cleanse, keep your chakras in the flow, and remove any type of trapped emotions, especially negative emotions. You know, I know Scorpio can be quite you know, we're not gonna go there, but you know how you are, and sometimes you can get in the negative loop of things, and then you create more negative loops with that. So it's the forgiveness could also be quite important for you in order to kind of shed the skin in the January and move toward the happiest phase of your life here with the Knight of Wands, focusing on the things that make you happy, focusing on the things that you're passionate about, instead of focusing on the burdens and the things of the past that no longer matter, because you're ready for the new beginning. So you just need to sort few emotions out in order for you to embrace things that make you happy and focusing on the positive, which is a big step for you, and I'm wishing you good luck with that, dear Scorpio. But you know, over there it's much better to live. It's a the frequency of it is quite nice. You know, we also choose in what kind of, you know, mindset we live in, and the more positive your outlook and the more things you do that you really enjoy to do, your vibration naturally higher goes higher, and it's much more harder for negative things to kind of touch you when you are in that state of mind and emotions. So January looks quite interesting for you, dear Scorpio. I'm wishing you good luck with the processing those emotions that you need to process in order for you to grab this new opportunity that is in front of you to grab in 2023. Now let's move on to happy February and Valentine's Day to you all. Okay, Valentine's Day doesn't have to be just special. If you have somebody, you can make the Valentine special for yourself as well by doing something nice for yourself, buying something nice for yourself. Okay, and let's see the advice card. We have a mystery card for you in February. Let's first grab the advice and see then what is really happening. Okay, we have another cool of your, actually we have the same advice cards falling out. So it seems like the themes from January are moving into February, and we have here the Queen of Pentacles as well. So I feel by February you will already feel more in control of your emotions and fears, because she's here very satisfied, very stable, very down to earth. Queen of Pentacles is like the feminine energy that is best grounded. So grounding can also help you release any type of the fears. We also have Mars transiting your 8th house here, and the 8th house is the house of fears and house of unconscious as well as the 12th house. So some of the things might be unconscious that you need to sort out. You know, this might not be something that you even remember. This could be something that happened to you as a child, some kind of trapped emotion, some negative mindset, belief, whatever it is. You are aware of it in the month of February, I feel, because you have been triggered in January. And now in February, you're guided again to really dissolve this. And I'm guided to take another card just to clarify and give you further guidance on the subject, because it's a theme that's going on. Well, it makes sense again because you're a fixed sign, so it's a bit harder for you to, you know, let go Okay, so this thing could be relating to Uranus. We have change and the 11th house community that Uranus normally rules, and that's all happening in the 7th house here. That's where the Uranus is, and 11th house is what is governed naturally in astrology. All right, so this is about those one-on-one relationship, or this could be that change that your partner wants or that you're ready to make with your partner, and could be also relating to community. So I mean, it's a general reading, guys. This is not a personal reading, so it can apply to, you know, pretty much anything in your life. Okay, so take it how it resonates, apply it to what you see fit for you, and try to actually change the dynamic in that place where you are evoking fear within yourself, or possibly anger. You know, also people can trigger you with the 11th house. The community can trigger you, the friend of a friend can trigger you, the online statements here. 11th house is also networking and internet as well. So when the trigger comes, it's important for you to examine it and to try to find the root cause. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles, like I said, is grounded energy, and you know, if the roots are bad, then she cannot grow healthily up, you know. Look at her, she's like growing into a tree. All right, so it's important to find out the root cause of every trigger that is happening for you, especially here in February, because it seems to come from various directions here by now. So it means it hasn't been addressed properly in January, so therefore it repeats. That's the same example that I gave you with those trapped emotions, you know, how they stay stuck, and then they kind of attract another similar situation for you to actually examine. But you know, since we live in such a material world these days, we seem to ignore these kinds of signs, and you know, rather binge watch something than work on ourselves, which, you know, I won't judge. But your life could be better if you take a step forward into actually fixing your mindset, dissolving your subconscious fears, working with your emotions in a manner that they are expressed enough that they can be let go of, and not to stay stuck in your system. Okay, so try to find out the root cause of whatever triggers you. Okay, there is a root cause. You just need to find. Meditation, of course, helps, but it's not everybody cup of tea. But it is the fastest way for you to actually get to the root of the problem. You have also guided meditation. So if you have issues in love, you can look at Aaron Duckley has those nice guided meditations that help me along the journey for relationship, for manifesting a perfect relationship, also for feeling worthy and complete. And you know, feeling worthy and complete is so important, you know, because it's relating to the 2nd house, which is not just the money you have, but also your self-worth, you know. And if one of those is out of balance, then the other thing suffers, etc. Okay, let's not make this into astrology you know, learning class. Let's move on to March for you. March for Scorpio. What's your real energy for March? For my dear Scorpios, what's going on? Take all. Okay. Oh, we have Knight of Wands. Okay. Oh my God. Look at this. The same cards. I pop it through. This, I don't think this has ever happened like before. Let's see the device. Okay. So I see you by March. You sorted those things out. What you needed to sort it out. Because now we have those 2 beneficial cards. And the Hermit is not a bad card at all. It just suggests like you will take your time off. You will take your time to be free, to actually think about the things that we were discussing, and to actually remove it. And then you'll be able to focus on these new things that you're passionate about and that you love to do. And you might get some downloads from the universe if you are an artist and, you know, you get stuck maybe, you know, just doing action all the time. Then you can really stop and pause and meditate, or take the night off to enjoy the little breeze, the sunset. And sometimes the solution comes when you're not looking for it, because if you're actively looking for it all the time, it can actually elude you. That would be the word. I'm channeling the word card. World card. Okay, guys. Let's see what the advice is for you in March here. But I'm overall happy for you. This is a relief for me to see that these cards have came through, signalizing that you actually made it work. You actually have resolved the thing that was active in January and February. So we have the advice for you to detoxify and to go for it. Okay. So detoxify, let's see, what is this? It's, you know, normally relating to Virgo, digestion, but it's also relating here to Taurus. And Taurus would be your 7th house. And we have Aries, 6th house. Of course, Aries is your 6th house. So that's the house of digestion. So for me, when I see this card, you know, I always remind people how important it is what we eat. And if you binge eat, if you eat over too much sweets, you kind of need to look into that. You know, you have an opportunity to really change your lifestyle for the better, since you have so much help, especially in March. Jupiter is still there, you have Sun coming in there, and you have Venus there. So it will feel easy, it will feel natural to actually absorb and implement any type of new habit. I always also recommend fasting. If you don't know what fasting is, you can try Dr. Berg's channel on YouTube. He will explain you all about it, and it is very beneficial. It has helped me. I had some like skin issues and we couldn't find the problem. They tried to kind of solve it from the external, but it was actually a digestion issue. It was something that naturally resolved as soon as I started to take care of my body better, you know. And the acne, they're caused mostly by food, you know, especially if you eat dairy. Those are like things that are filled with hormone and that are not meant for us. They're meant for baby calves. And okay, let's not go into that. That's a whole different story. But you can actually learn a lot from Dr. Berg if you have any health issues. And for detoxifying, the fastest way to detoxify your body is to really do fasting. You know, fasting is really limiting your eating to 1 or 2 times a day. So let's say you eat at noon and then you eat at 6 p.m. and that's it. You don't eat no snacks in between. And that allows your digestion to actually clear out the gunk that it doesn't have time to clear out with our like normal lifestyle eating. Okay, so new moon in Aries, go for it. Okay, so there is something going on here. I believe you are going for that opportunity that you might have missed in January here. And this could be also love interest. I must say, I feel for some of you it is related to love as well. We do have Venus going into your 7th house, and it's probably going to do the conjunction here with Uranus somewhere at the end of the month. Oh no, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I haven't written it down. So yeah, that's a very interesting energy where you meet suddenly someone out of the blue. This person, I feel, is kind of represented in the Hermit here energy. So this person could be a Virgo, they could be a loner, they could be, you know, someone on a spiritual path. So it will be very interesting for you to meet this person. You are going to meet somebody new in the month of March, definitely. And probably when Venus makes conjunction to Uranus. And I'm not sure when that is then, but it's probably at the end of the month here, end of March, somewhere here. There might be some popping of a sudden person, and you're advised to go for it, of course, if you're single, to actually explore this this connection and where it will go from there. It also looks like a great month for you to actually start a new business, if you can, or to apply to a new job. Seems like a long-term opportunity. With the Ace of Pentacles, it is an opportunity, but you have to kind of grab it. You have to put in the work. You have to kind of materialize it. It's just a seed that you're planting, but you need to plant it. Okay, so there is March looks best by far, in my opinion, for you for now. And let's move on to April here. Let's see what April has in store for you. So we have solar eclipse. That's always interesting. Okay, so what's the overall energy for April? First March, the year Scorpios. Let's see where the solar eclipse is at. The solar eclipse, 29 of Aries in your 6th house. So that's the new moon. If you haven't
really put in that new regime for your body, this could be a great time to do so. I think I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my god, I don't do you know that feeling when you have to sneeze but it kind of sticks in your nose? We have the World. Wow. And reflect on your priorities. Yeah, so the World is a Saturn card, but it's a Saturn happy card, like Saturn giving you the rewards for your hard work. So I believe he's going to reward you. You know, he has moved out of your 4th house by now. He moved out in March, 7th of March. He moved out. So you have a breather now. There's a full circle. There is a release. There is this sigh of relief, something related to your 4th house. So for those of you who had to take care of a family member who has been, you know, not feeling well or something, now it's a resolution. It's actually a happy kind of conclusion to the situation where things have turned around. Things can come full circle. Maybe this person is now in the journey of healing. Maybe they have healed. And things getting resolved there. Saturn is moving out of your 4th house, and that's a breather. I remember when he was in my 4th house, the constant struggle with the people you live with, and now that's over for you. So I'm so happy. Guys, the World card signifies kind of a happy completion. So you pass the test. Everything will be fine. In your 4th house of where you live now, it's going to be so much easier to spend some time there, to really enjoy it, and to have good relationships with the people who you live with, also with the place where you come from, with people who you grew up with. This is like coming full circle. I feel this is you shining as well. This is you showing the new skin, enjoying yourself. We also have the card advice, reflect on your priorities. So I feel this is already, it is coming, like, again, with Aquarius, is still the 4th house. And we will have now Pluto, your ruling planet, going into the 4th house. So it will be natural for you to actually spend more time at home, to actually invest in those things, and to change the way you live, to change the way, everything. Pluto is all about, like, changing everything, like switching it around until it's not recognizable anymore. So you will probably, Pluto will stay there for over a decade. So for some of you, this might mean that you're kind of having a baby, and that your whole world will shift, and you have to kind of change everything in the house to kind of accommodate the baby and to keep it safe. And also it will give you also a different feel to the home. You might be moving, you might be getting a new roommate, so something shifting in that dynamic that will kind of help you transform your life for the better. Okay, so for those of you who are moving in with somebody else, this is a powerful person that can have a profound effect on you and how you view the world as well, and help you change things for the better. Of course, there is always with Pluto some crisis that kind of makes way for growth, because growth is always a little bit painful, isn't it? But that's what we're here for, to grow. So it's important to reflect on your priorities in the month of April. So you have like few things, you have like 4 things that you are mostly focusing on. So it's time really to allow one thing to grow, I feel, to kind of really decide where are you putting the energy from April onwards. Okay, this is that solar eclipse that's happening in your 6th house, and 6th house is everyday activities, day-to-day things. What do you do every day? Like what is your routine? So this is, I feel, something shifting within your routine, and that's gonna have like a ripple effect. Like you see the flower of life, like if you make one, the second one naturally flows, etc. It's like the ripple effect. Like if you just change one thing in your day-to-day life, it kind of slowly starts to make impact on all the other things that you're doing. So reflect on your priorities and make sure you focus on the things that you really want in your life and that can really benefit you as a person and that can help you grow. and just invest more time in those things, you know, instead of your energy being scattered around on a million things. If you want some things to grow, they're gonna need a bit more time, a bit more effort on your part for it to, you know, blossom. Okay, so the World card is also about seasons, you know. Well, that's actually the 10, but I'm reminded of that now. So it's also important to kind of respect the flow of some things, you know, like let's compare it to the trees. Like the trees need to have flowers in order to produce, you know, any type of fruit, and the fruit needs time to ripe, so it is a process. So I feel there is something that you're starting or finishing in the month of April that, you know, needs to come full circle. It has to go through 4 seasons. So you might be finishing a project that was like a year or even longer with the world. It could be, again, 7 years, because we're discussing Saturn energy here. But it could also be you starting a new cycle, and kind of focusing on the thing that will require time to actually grow, and reflecting on your priorities and making sure that what you want to grow needs to be, you know, taken care of. All right, so April looks like an interesting month for you, where you actually kind of are feeling in control, where you're feeling like you have the upper hand on something, and I'm wishing you all the best in utilizing that energy. Now let's move on to May. Let's see what May has in store for you, dear Scorpio. What does May have in store for my dear Scorpio? We have the 4 of Swords. So this is your breather time. This is you relaxing. Yes, you stopped overthinking. I need one more card, please. There we go. The Emperor. Perfect. Okay. And the advice. But first, let's discuss this. So May looks like you are kind of healing. You know, the 4 of Swords is a card of healing, and I feel you are healing from negative thought patterns here with the 5 of Swords here in reverse. With the Emperor is all about taking control, taking control of the situation and governing everything. So I feel this is the month where you actually step into your power. I feel that you have managed to prioritize the most important things in April, and by May you're implementing that already, and you're kind of feeling at the top, you know, you're feeling like you can be top notch of whatever it is that you are investing your time in. So this is some great news, guys. All right, another important thing that is happening here is Jupiter is moving to Taurus. So that will be your 7th house, and that's the thing that we discussed in the beginning, if you remember. I just saw this card, so I just have to show it to you. Step up and lead. So that's totally related here to the Emperor card as well. The Emperor is a leader, so you might be required to lead, or to, if you are in a company, you might actually like teach new staff or what what they need to do. You might get help as well here. So I feel it will be kind of easier to work wherever you are, like with contract obligated. Yeah, so Jupiter in Taurus, that's where you have these new opportunities as well coming your way. For those of you who want to change jobs, now you have a year where Jupiter is in your 7th house and is going to provide you with the opportunity to actually grow and move forward. We also have, again, the card of reflect on your priorities. Okay, so guys, I've been working these annual readings from, you know, Aries onwards. So you're at the 8th sign. I didn't have this much repeating cards. There was only one more sign. I think it was Leo that was kind of having the repetitive cards. And again, Leo is a fixed sign. So it is very important kind of to learn to be more flexible. Kind of learn to be more in the flow in 2023. You know, you don't want to go and live your life in circles. So it's important to kind of adjust a bit more. And what will help you is forgiveness here. Okay, so 4 of Swords is healing, and then we have here the clarification or the advice card to forgive. let's talk about the importance of forgiveness. I did touch upon this subject when we were doing the beginning, but I didn't want to go too deep in that until it really shows up in the cards like it did now. So now we have to discuss the importance of forgiveness. So that's the thing that I mentioned. If you remember when I mentioned that you're a fixed sign and it takes longer for you to like process those negative emotions and things. So one of those, you know, is anything that you need to forgive to other people, you know, resentment and stuff like that may stick longer with you, again, because you're a fixed and water sign ruled by emotions, by water. So it is quite important to forgive anybody that did you wrong. I know that's hard to hear there, Scorpio. Also yourself. Okay, that might be even harder part to hear. Depends. I'm a Cancer first, so for me it was the other part, but for you it might be the first. That will make more sense there. Okay, so the importance of forgiveness. So the toxicity that is within us, if we are holding resentment, is it's actually harming us. You know, it's like a poison. Not just for the other person, because yeah, you can evil eye and things, but it's also harming to yourself, because you are in that energy. That means you are attracting that energy as well. You are a vibrational match for it. So whatever emotions you like to dwell in, you are a vibrational match to attracting more of that. So that's why it's important to actually release negative emotions and to forgive and to move on. Even to yourself, if you have any guilt towards yourself or resentment, things you know, remember nobody's perfect, and just forgive yourself, because like guilt is like the lowest frequency you can be in. Like there's this book called Power versus Force. I honestly never read it, but there is this I know what it is about, and I listened to a bit of an audiobook on it, and the thing that actually was the important thing for me is they had like they drawn like levels of consciousness and the vibrations, and you know, down and lower, of course, it's guilt, it's shame, like those are like the lowest frequencies that you can be. And of course the highest one seems to be like joy or happiness or something, or love, I forgot, or it could be just joy. Yeah, it's joy. Love is underneath that. Imagine. Okay, so maybe you can look into that, because you don't want to live your life in this one vibration all your life. Of course we experience them, but it's also with time and with maturity, you need to be able to actually transmute those emotions and to allow yourself to higher levels of consciousness, because that's what we're here for, to grow. Okay, so forgiveness can go a long way towards yourself, toward others, to actually release yourself from that toxicity and from being vibrational match to negative things happening and to over worry. You know, it's time to heal, to let go of things, and to actually be in control of your emotions, of your emotional body, over your physical body. Okay, and reflect on your priorities. Again, it's showing up, so I guess you haven't done much of that in April, which you should have, so now you have to do it again in May. But I feel it's going to be easier for you now, because you'll be able to forgive and to leave something behind, something that has been on your mind, that has been bugging you. And with the Emperor card, it's quite important to actually look everything strategically. And when you are reflecting on your priorities, I feel you kind of need to connect to the Emperor energy, which is Aries at his best. And that's hard to meet in the 3D reality. But if you can see underneath the Emperor, you have a chessboard, and he's holding here a chess. So be strategic, reflect on your priorities, but be strategic. Like think of the long term as well, long-term consequences of you focusing on that thing, long-term consequences of you focusing on the other thing, because there's always consequences and there's always reaction on the action on your part. So it is quite important that you are also kind of divinely guided, because if you see here, there is like a light coming from the sky and through his head, and also controlling what he does with his hand. What move do you make next? So again, meditation can help and go a long way. But if you're not that much in spirituality, and if you're here, I guess you are to some extent, so you can focus on that, but also you can utilize Emperor energy differently, where you're just like cold-headed, making decisions, like not involving the emotions, but all looking for like long-term what's best. Okay, that's the Emperor energy. Okay, so think of the long term. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And prioritize what you do every day, those little things, because that is what changes the end result. It's about those little steps that you make every day that makes a difference in the long run. But let's move on to June and see what's happening there. I already feeling this more hype vibe, more energetic. So in June, I feel it's going to be much more easy breezy. Of course, we have the strength. I'm feeling already this is your month, the best so far that we did in this year. Yeah, we're going to have the Page of Cups, the Three of Cups as well. And the bottom of deck energy would be Nine of Cups. So off the bat, as I was feeling, this is going to be your hype month, the best one so far. I'm kind of, you know, I just want to dance. I'm feeling like I want to dance. So in June, you're probably going to have fun. You're going to go out and about with Three of Cups here with your friends, and you actually could meet somebody romantic here. We have a little heart, and the Page of Cups is the most romantic of them all. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, we have the 8th house. We have the new moon in the 8th house, the sun, the Mercury. So you could meet actually somebody who you can really relate to emotionally. And if you are single, this is probably the month where you will meet somebody new. We have that Jupiter, like I mentioned, in your 7th house. And we have also Mercury and Uranus there. So it will feel kind of natural that you actually bond with somebody in the month of June. I feel this joy, happy vibes for you, maybe even falling in love. So yeah, let's see the advice, what is, okay? So I'm tapping into your energy really in June, and it looks like, you know, this is the month where you really enjoy yourself and let your hair down as well. We also have attend to the details as advice, of course, which details, you know, why worry about those when you're feeling so happy? So I'm not surprised that's here for the advice. Okay, see the bigger picture, but I did see this one as well. Okay, so what did we discuss for the May? Didn't I discuss that we see the bigger picture in different words? What I was meaning when I was saying, where do you see yourself 5 years from now, and putting those little steps every day in order for you to get where you want to go in the long run. Okay, so this is another reminder for you, because I feel you are working on those things that we mentioned in May and we mentioned in April. It's just that you're having much more fun and that you're more light going about it. You actually have managed, I feel that you actually managed to do those things that I've been talking about, that you actually removed negativity, some of those emotions, and that you've allowed yourself to forgive. And also with the Strength card, you know, Strength card is also about subconscious mind. So I feel that you also kind of ripped out of your subconscious mind like lots of negative beliefs about yourself, and also that you have freed your heart. Like I feel like this vibe here from this person's heart. Overall jolly energy. So of course with this energy feeling so happy and vibrant, it might be hard to, you know, focus on the details and see, you know, but you kind of do have to do it, you know, because you are going to be just tempted to go out and have fun and enjoy yourself. But it is also important to keep your mind and your eyes on the prize, and to actually keep doing those little things that take you to the end goal. You know, even though you're having so much fun and life is good, you still need to do those little steps that takes you to that bigger picture. Okay, and I'm drawn to the conjunction, the alliance. So I feel for some of you, you will be either meeting that person, or you will have a a new contract that you can sign here. Okay, again, Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius, which is the 7th house. Okay, and Virgo is actually ruling the 6th house in astrology, which is work. So it looks like June is gonna be not only wonderful and enjoyable and happy month for you, but also a month of great opportunities. So June, remember, have fun. Let's see what's the energy for July. July feels like relaxed, like I don't care kind of attitude, like you had such a great time in June and you're keeping it up in July. There's another card.
It's so funny how your cards are kind of seem to pop out. Okay, these are too many cards. But, there we go. Okay, King of Swords. Alrighty then. So, I feel this is the month where you're actually going a bit more deeper with this person that you met in June. Or you are actually, you know, going to the nitty-gritty of the work that needs to be done in the new office. Kind of organizing everything. Well, let's see what's the advice. What is this about? Yeah, this is focused on the 10th house. Here we have Sun, Mercury, Venus over there, and Venus is retrograde over there as well. Oh, so some of you might have also have a opportunity to hook up with somebody from your work or somebody who you used to work with as well. So that's an opportunity for some of you if that's what you want. We have lighten up, although I feel that you're lighter, much lighter than, you know, you used to be in the first 5 months. But this is another invitation that you lighten up. So I guess you need to kind of stroll through July more easily, more like not feeling so serious, which King of Swords can feel like. You know, King of Swords is a serious energy. So instead of being, you know, King of Swords, cold and detached, it feels like you have probably met somebody and probably kind of put your walls up a bit for some of you with King of Swords, like being very rational about this person, trying to find flaws. I feel this person might be younger than you and kind of feel like they are from another like world, like they don't really fit into your story or something. Or they could literally be from somewhere else, like you might have met this person while traveling, or they have come on in your country for a holiday, and you're trying to find the reasons, you know, why you're better than that. But here we have the advice to be humble. You know, be humble. You probably don't know everything you need to know about this person, but I can tell you this person is really high vibrational person. I can feel like from, because he comes genuine. It comes from the heart. The person might not have much materially, and they might be light, you know, they might be like a fool, like going on a journey with just like a little backpack and having fun, enjoying and meeting new people and trusting that the universe will guide them where they need to be. But I feel you should be like more open towards this person and realize that they're genuine, you know, maybe lighten up your guard as well, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I feel this person might not be from where you are. I feel they kind of flew in. We have a piggy flying, and then we have a bat flying here as well. Or you might fly to meet this new person. Okay, so I feel for some of you there that you're going to meet somebody new in June or July, but I feel it's in June, and then by July you're trying to make things complicated, and they shouldn't be complicated at all. You know, you just need to lighten up a little bit, stay humble, and just enjoy. Just enjoy yourself. And life is short. Life is short. We should all enjoy it when we have such beautiful months and beautiful energy for us. You know, not every day or every month is a blessing like that. So just make sure that you utilize it and enjoy it. Have fun to the fullest. Stay high vibe, you know, while you can. Why not? It's easier than to go back to that state, even when you kind of have to have your bad days. But what matters is the overall energy. So let's see what the overall energy is for August. Oh, Lovers, beautiful, and Temperance fell down as well. And I was drawn to the back of the deck, and look what we have there, 6 of Wands. Wow. So guys, you're jamming, like the whole summer is yours. June, July, and now August. So you have put your guard down, I feel, definitely, okay, in the month of August. You might have been somewhat suspicious of this other person in July, but I feel by August you have let your guard down. You actually managed to kind of balance here with the Temperance, you know, your doubts towards like also looking bright. 6 of Wands is a card of successful blend, I feel here. So Lovers is also about choices. So you might have to make a choice in the month of August, whether you give this person a chance or
or not. But with the Six of Wands, it suggests that this would be, you know, victorious relationship, that it will be beneficial for you, and it could actually help you kind of balance yourself here. Temperance is all about balance. So this person is going to help you balance, and everything kind of looks balanced here. You know, I feel her hands, them two, he with his sun and moon. I feel this is a genuine connection. This could even be your soulmate. And twin flame, of course, for some of you, this with the wings. I'm not sure why that was like a twin flame kind of vibe, but it might be true for some of you. But let's see what the advice is here. All right. So, August. Wow. Scorpio, what a year for you. It is quite interesting. Take a reality check. So that's the advice for you. Okay. So, we're taking a reality check. Let me see why. 7 of Wands. Dear Scorpio, it's a totally new day. We were interrupted by divine forces, I guess. And let's dive right in again into your August forecast. We stopped on taking a reality check, and then I moved into looking at the cards. What about? You need the reality check, and then I just saw Saturn here in your 5th house, and since the lovers are there as well, I feel this is about you taking a reality check in your love relationships. And Saturn being there, it's gonna give you that opportunity to really clear out any of the baggage that you might have from past relationships that you might have been dragging on for a while. This is for the next 2.5 years. This is when you become aware of maybe that you need to kind of cut cords to some people, or clear your energetic body, or if you're a female, to clean your womb, etc. And yeah, the Saturn is about really removing what is no longer functioning, that removing whatever it is that is keeping you away from your like brightest future that you can have. Okay, so it's wise to actually use the Saturn energy instead of it kind of stepping over you and giving you hard lessons. You can actually take the wheel. You can harvest Saturn energy by working hard in the 5th house. 5th house is all about your creative projects as well. It's not just about love and relationships. It's also about, if you have your own business, this is also 5th house. This is your creative project that you have. So investing more time in those areas and really trying to kind of mature over there, it is what will help you actually navigate this transit through your 5th house. So it is really time to take a reality check in your love and relationships and in your creative projects. Like, is there something that you're doing and that is not properly set, like in a plan? Do you have a plan? Like, if you have a goal, do you have a plan for that goal? Like, do you have step-by-step plan? So if you have like a dream of opening up your own business or something along those lines, you kind of need a plan. That's what Saturn is here for, to allow you to actually step into that energy of creation with structure, with discipline, with moving step by step forward. So that's how you can harvest Saturn energy. And first you need to take a reality check in order that you see what is wrong, what you have been doing wrong, or if you haven't been actually putting any work at all into what the things that you want to create and bring about in the world. Then this is a Saturn moment for you, where you kind of are reminded, like, you're not gonna get there just like teleported suddenly into new reality. You actually have to have like a plan and a vision and a way forward from where you are in the moment. Okay, I'm not saying sometimes things don't happen magically and you know, people have their life changed 360, but with Saturn, it's all about you actually creating that change. It's all about you planning the change and actually putting the work, putting in the hours and hard works, you know, that is done by Saturn, by you. When you have transits of Saturn, it's actually something that you can reap the rewards of for the next 28 years. You know, let's say if you were lucky enough to get by chance the thing that you were dreaming of, that would be probably some Uranus, Jupiter, North Node aspect, for example. But if you don't gain those things by working for them, then you kind of don't really appreciate them as much, and they can kind of wither away. I mean, sure, you would be happy and everything, but could you actually invest it properly? That's the question. You know, would it all be gone in like a year or 2 or 5? Saturn actually gives you the opportunity to make long-term plans, and even if you are lucky to gain something, that you know how to invest it and that you think about long-term, like 20 years from now, 30 years from now, not just like a year from now or 5 years from now. Okay, so that's your message for August, dear Scorpio. All right, let's move on to September. All right, my throat chakra a little bit. So keep yeah, Mercury is going to be retrograde in August as well, and since my throat chakra got a little bit on the end, I just wanted to mention that Mercury will be retrograde from 21st of August until 16th of September, and it's going retrograde in your 11th house. So for you, for some of you, this is an opportunity to actually kind of re-meet some old groups, old friends of people that you used to hang out with. Maybe like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago, you had this group of people, maybe from the office, maybe you're gathering with the friends from school or something along those lines. So that's a beneficial moment for you to do those kinds of things. So that suggests that kind of opportunity, but also returning back to some old dream or a vision for your life that you used to have before, kind of revising it, trying to. This could also be connected to those where you have to take a reality check and put some structure in, you know, because Saturn from the 5th also is aspecting the 11th house. It is making you know, aspect to any planet that you might have in the 11th house, and also to any transiting house, planets in that house as well. Okay, so those are the 2 areas of your life that you're starting to kind of reconstructure, remove what is no longer necessary, what you no longer resonate with, and moving into new era of your life. Okay, all right, let's move on to September. Let's see what September has in store for you, dear Scorpio. We have that Mercury going direct on the 16th of September, and it's still gonna be there in the 11th house. We are having here Ace of Swords energy. So there is this brilliant new idea that is coming your way. It might be with those friends that you have kind of rekindled the flame with. You hang out a little bit, and maybe you get an idea from them about how to move forward in life, or some creative idea for your business, or kind of new way of thinking. You know, Ace of Swords is all about like new way of thinking. If you think of the sword suit, like from 1 till 10, I always believe that 10 is kind of removing old way of looking at things. It's kind of death to old ways of thinking. Okay, and the Ace of Swords is really always such a positive card for me, because it suggests like a reborn of your thoughts, of your energy, of your brain, of how you see the world. You know, it changes every now and then after we kind of finish the suits. So this Ace of Swords is, I feel, connected to Aries area in your life, so that will be here. The 6th house, and the 6th house, yeah, we have full moon over there happening in Aries on the 29th of September. Okay, so some of you could actually be wrapping up some business in the month of September that will provide you with this new vision for your life, or kind of a new idea where you can take your life from here. 6th house is also your daily routine, so I feel you will have like a idea or a vision. How would you like your new daily routine to look like? Okay, and you need to kind of trust in the universe. For all of you who are looking for a job, this is suggesting a new opportunity, but you kind of need to keep your positive mindset towards it. Like if you go to interviews and you don't think you'll get the job, you probably won't get it, because you're in that energy. So for those of you who are looking for a job, you need to kind of trust the universe that it will guide you in the right direction here. Okay, and trust that you know, you will go where you will actually benefit the most over time. Okay, so 6th house is also your habits as well. So if there is some negative habit that you want to kind of terminate and move out of your life, this is also very beneficial. Two cards to have here, along with the full moon in the 6th house, suggesting that something is coming to an end in your daily routine. And you have this new restart of that, you know, with the Ace of Swords. You kind of want to focus on like looking at the positive in the month of September. Like even if you are like terminating some old habit that you no longer resonate with, you kind of need to have like open mind for what is removal of that habit is going to allow to be born in your life, you know, because as soon as you remove one thing from your life, another thing has to kind of fill its space, you know, has to fill that time while you were spending doing other things that you are kind of terminated. So the best way to actually eliminate any old habit is to implement a new one. So anytime you're kind of drawn to the old habit, you kind of focus on the new habit that you want to develop, okay? I believe that will bring you out of this, whatever it is, way sooner and allow you for this new restart. And also trust the universe that it's on your side and that you are going to, you know, get to where you want to go. You just need to keep on going step by step. Okay. Let's see. October. Okay, so what does October has in store for my dear Scorpio? We have here the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, oh, we have solar eclipses and lunar eclipses. Okay, so where are those gonna be? Solar eclipse in Libra, that is your 12th house, and a full moon in Taurus, that would be your 7th house. Okay. The Star. Well, the Star is always a good card to have, whether upright or reversed, but I decided to keep everything upright. Alright, so the Star talks about the wish fulfillment. And you might have been waiting for this wish for quite a while. Maybe it's been 3 years. This is some kind of steady movement forward with the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so I will move to Taurus here because of the Pentacles energy, where we have the full moon lunar eclipse. That's happening on the 28th of October. So this will actually bring to fruition something. Maybe you wanted to end some kind of contract here with the full moon lunar eclipse in the 7th house. That is one-on-one contracts. Maybe you have been waiting to actually terminate that contract for a while, and now you have your wish come true in the month of October. Like I mentioned already, Jupiter being in your 7th house will provide you with new opportunities. If you want a new job and you want to kind of leave a new job, you have that opportunity in October to actually move out of the place where you don't want to work anymore and move over to somewhere where you feel you resonate more with. That's especially beneficial in the beginning of the month, while you still have Venus transiting your 10th house, making things smoother to negotiate with the people who are your authority, if you have one as well. But let's see the advice. What is this pertaining to? What is the advice for my Scorpios for October? Oh, wow. I'm gonna show you briefly all of them. Although this one would be like your take a breather. But we also have keep your heart open. New moon in Cancer, relax. Focus on the positive. Believe in your good luck. And know your worth. Keep your heart open. Didn't you have that in the last month? You might have had. So take a breather. That is the advice for you for the October. I'm not surprised this came through, because you do have a lot of transit through your 12th house. We have Mercury, we have Sun, even Mars, and plus you're gonna have, right, new moon over there as well. So in October, you really need to kind of take the breather. When we have so much activity in the 12th house, we are not really, you know, so
we don't benefit as much from action as from resting, let's put it that way. You might want to move, might want to do some action in the later part of the month, but in the beginning of the month you will have Sun and Mars and Mercury in your 12th house. So by the end of the month, I feel you will be more active, more proactive, more doing stuff, but you need to kind of, you know, wait for that period to actually move forward. You need to kind of take a breather, you need to kind of relax. And you also, with the solar eclipse over there, you can actually benefit from new ways of relaxing, of finding new ways that you can kind of put yourself in this brainwave of relaxed state, and, you know, just enjoying the time off and taking a breather without always being active, without always like absorbing new information. You know, instead of watching TV, maybe go out for a walk in the nature, or just hang out by the sea, or maybe hang out with pets, whatever it, you know, taking a long bath, whatever it is. Those are things that will kind of benefit you and will help you clear your energy and clear your mind as well. Okay, so it's important to take a breather, especially in the beginning of October, to kind of recharge your batteries and to find new ways how you can relax. You need to understand, like, being always active and being always in the yang energy and you know, running after something is actually counterproductive if it's not well balanced with the yin energy, with actually relaxing and allowing things to unfold, and waiting for some things to universe to provide you with as well. So you kind of need to have that balance, and in October you're reminded of that, and you kind of need to, you know, put action on a back burner a little bit and try to actually attract things with your energy, with the yin energy, instead of chasing them. So that's the point of the yin energy, or the feminine energy. And also point of the 12th house, you know, how to manifest things magically out of thin air. That will be like 12th house. And instead of putting direct action towards it, you know, you can meditate on the things that you want to attract, and just relax, especially if you're also having some creative blocks, which I wouldn't be surprised due to the Saturn in the 5th house. You know, sometimes allowing those ideas to come to you and to unfold is actually by relaxing and taking a breather and not thinking about the problem, not thinking about the solution, but actually kind of relaxing and doing other things, and the solution sort of naturally comes to you when you're not looking for it. So that's the power of the yin energy. So you need to harvest a bit of that in October, and it will actually provide you with those wish coming true. With so much activity in the 12th house can provide you with the gift actually from the universe, some kind of a gift that you have earned in past lives, or with karma that's also naturally governed by the 12th house. So yeah, October looks quite favorable and relaxing month for you, dear Scorpio. Let's move on to November. Let's see what we have in store for you there. That was my water. November for Scorpio. What do we have in November? I already feel a little bit lighter energy, feeling a bit more energized. So that's all of this activity in your first house. That will be the new moon, right? You have a new moon in your sign. We have Mars in your sign. We have Mercury in your sign. So lovely energies. Oh yeah, I've been feeling this, like this peaceful, calm energy. And now we have this fast movement forward with Chariot towards something, some kind of project that you're collaborating with other people here with the Three of Pentacles. Let's see what this is all about. We have the full moon in your 8th house as well. That might be this Hierophant card as well, talking about you eliminating some kind of fears. Open up to change, yeah. We have there Aquarius energy, step up and lead, yeah. Okay, great. So November looks quite fun. It's kind of a bit more enjoyable month where you actually feel more energized. This is the energy that I'm getting for you. Meditation could help, and opening up to change, that's always very, very important. The Hierophant is Taurus energy, so I'm back to the 7th house here, where you have opportunity to actually get a new job if that's what you have been working on. With the Chariot, this is just fast movement forward. and probably from not moving so much. Well, we knew that since you had so much planet in the 12th house, now they moved to the first, and it's your time to go and lead, step up and lead. With Three of Pentacles here, it suggests there is some kind of creative project with other people involved, that you're creating something with someone else, and you kind of need to take the leading role in this. You need to kind of step up and lead, because I feel you know a bit more about this thing than the other person, you know. I feel you kind of need to be in this position where you kind of are controlling the outcome. You're working with the other ones, but I feel like your vision is like... it's what is driving this boat forward. Boat, whatever it is. Okay, so you need to kind of step up and lead, and that might be a change for you. You know, it might be a change. Maybe you're not used to kind of being in a leading position or in a boss position. Maybe you have been promoted to boss, or you have somebody now who you have to like train to work underneath you, and you need to kind of step up and lead, and you know, fill in those shoes. Okay, yeah, so fast moving forward. I feel November is also going to be easy breezy month for you. It's a bit more exciting month, energized. You will have a lot of planets in your first house, so it's also a very good time to focus on your body, to work out, to actually find some things that actually make you feel better, and enjoy your skin much more. So yeah, November looks quite great. All right, let's move on to December now and see what we have there for you. How are we ending the year, dear Scorpio? We're ending the year with another Mercury retrograde, same as 2022, and that's gonna be in your second house. So with Mercury going retrograde in your second house, you have an opportunity to actually kind of start making money from some old project of yours, or from some old hobby or interest, or maybe you can get a job on the place where you used to work. Okay, so those are some options with Mercury retrograde in the second house. But it's like a money, like old way of making money, you know, or maybe actually making money on some old project. I did mention that already. Like making money on something that you used to make money before. So you have opportunity here for that. And it's quite stable with the Queen of Pentacles. We have 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. Oh my God, so many Pentacles energy. All right, 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, King and Queen of Pentacles. This is some powerful money making month. Okay, and I'm not surprised. Look at all the things that we have in your second house. Second house is the house of money and resources, and we have Sun over there, Mercury retrograde, Mars, and we're gonna have Venus joining them in the end of December. So you are very much driven and focused on the money in the month of December. And it's not a struggle. It's not that kind of a vibe. With the 7 of Pentacles, I feel like in the past you have actually maybe put something to action, or you have invested in some kind of knowledge, and that will allow you for kind of feeling good about the way you're making money, and that will kind of allow you to be financially successful. So you have invested, you know, you're just waiting for the fruit to grow. You know, this reminds me of the wheel card of the seasons, where you kind of, you know, have to wait from when flower is blooming until it becomes a fruit, and then a ripe fruit so that you can eat. So this is that kind of vibe. You are kind of slowly and steady moving to your financial success. There is some kind of great idea here in the month of December, or a project that you're starting to work on, possibly with somebody else here as well, that will allow you for a financial abundance here. Let's see where the advice is. So this could be something that you used to kind of work on, or rely on, or invested in as a skill, and now you're starting to actually move into that direction in December. Moving forward. Oh yeah, moving forward, and the advice comes, leave the past behind. Okay, and another advice would be reflect on your priorities. Okay, leave the past behind. Okay, for some of you, in order to make this great money, you kind of need to make the time for you to invest the energy in this project. So this card could be suggesting that you leave the past behind. This past could be some old career. It could be an even old associate, or
whatever it is that you feel like you kind of need to leave in the past. It could be a habit, it could be whatever you think it might stop you on your journey towards wealth, you know. And the way to do that is probably to reflect on your priorities. So here again, I remind you to think long term, especially in the creative projects. Remember, the Saturn is in your 5th house and it will be there for about next 2.5 years. Okay. And I put Pluto wrong here. It doesn't matter, but Pluto is actually here. Okay. And okay, Pluto is your ruling planet. So I don't know how we touched much upon your planet, your ruling planet actually changing signs shortly. It's gonna be in Aquarius from 23rd of March until 11th of June, when it will go back to Capricorn. So shortly you will have like a brief overview of what it is like to have Pluto in your 4th house. So for all of you who are wanting to kind of move or to change the place that you're living in, maybe renovation, you'll be kind of driven to, you know, put the money in those things. Or some of you might be even going downright to real estate business. You know, this is actually where you could make a lot of money with Pluto moving into your 4th house. Real estate business, being an agent for real estates as well. That is some kind of career that could benefit for some of you as well. And what else could it be? You know, this is you also spending more time at home with the ruler of your sign of going into the 4th house. It's like spending more time at home. You could actually start to work from home as well if that's what you want. Your own business, you could actually start to work from home and be free from a normal type of job, 9 to 5. But you kind of need to leave the past behind for that and to reflect on your priorities. Think long term, okay? Just remember to think long term. With Saturn in your 5th house for the next 2.5 years, we mentioned that already. And with Pluto, yeah, you could, you know, really make a lot of money on any type of house. You know, you can also kind of invest in you becoming interior designer, something, you know, to change the house, or like moving, anything related to houses and moving and redecorating, reinventing the places of, I mean, if you're an architect, this is a great transit for you to have, suggesting, you know, a lot of money from that. But for those of you who are not, you could think about those kind of careers as well, or maybe starting to work from home. Well, if not this year, then in the years to come when Pluto will be going into your 4th house, okay? All right, so I feel that's about it for this yearly horoscope tarot reading for you, dear Scorpio. Please comment down below. Tell me how you resonated with this reading. I just saw this is Lily here. I'm actually creating a oracle deck now, and we are using lilies as some artwork that we're currently creating. So I never noticed that before over there, so that's cool. Oh yeah, so you might be also kind of starting a new project in the month of December here. Something maybe that you have thought of before, because I have been thinking about this oracle deck for at least like 2.5 years. I think even longer the idea came in, but then I got a green light just this year. So maybe this is like the thing that you have been waiting for, you know, with the 7 of Pentacles to start moving forward. Okay. All right. So thank you very much once again, dear Scorpio. Please comment down below how you resonate with the reading. Did you find it helpful? Did you enjoy it? How was your year? How is it going so far? Like, share, subscribe, click the notification bell. If you're watching this in January, you can watch our January videos as well. And thank you so much. I wish you a wonderful year 2023. Enjoy.